We get to turn the page again, lesson 305. There is a peace that Christ bestows on us. There is a peace that Christ bestows on us. So we have been choosing which vision we're going to use, Christ's vision or the ego vision, which thought system we are guided by. And lesson 305 says, who uses but Christ's vision finds a peace so deep and quiet, undisturbable, and wholly changeless that the world contains no counterpart. So it is all or nothing, and it's all in a good way, undisturbable way. I think that is amazing because like just little slight changes and variations sometimes in your plans for the day can definitely disturb you. Or your mind gets hooked on something that someone said or looked at you or, that happened 100 years ago in your life and you get disturbed. But Christ's vision has a peace so deep and quiet, it's undisturbable. And the world contains no counterpart. Comparisons are still before this peace, and all the world departs in silence as this peace envelops it and gently carries it to truth, no more to be the home of fear. For love has come and healed the world by giving it Christ's peace. So lesson 305 simply says, Father, the peace of Christ is given us because it is your will that we be saved. Help us today but to accept your gift and judge it not. For it has come to us to save us from our judgment on ourselves. So 305 has some work to do in my life today. I can feel the ego just, it's there for me if I want it. But what I truly want is the peace that is undisturbable, that has no counterpart. So that starts with me not judging myself, not judging you, not judging my life, not judging anything, and instead using Christ's vision to find a peace so deep and quiet and be just enveloped by this peace and say adios, goodbye, sayonara to fear, for love has come and healed the world by giving it Christ's peace. For lesson 305, Tina Jesus talked about Christ consciousness and described it as all loving, all forgiving. Christ consciousness is a choice to surrender what is and have no judgment. So that does not mean to become a doormat in your life. It just means this is what is happening and I surrender to it. I understand that life is coming through me for me. All loving, all forgiving, surrendering to what is Christ consciousness. Life is coming through you for you. So if something is happening, if you have a problem, a difficulty, it is showing you something. So start to see your difficulties as opportunities for expansion. Your difficulties and your problems are opportunities for expansion. And you want to see them. And you want to know them because whatever is hiding in your mind, whatever is low frequency in your mind, needs to be shown. Jesus said, better out than in. You want to see and know what is low in frequency in your mind so that you can be grateful that you've been triggered and take a good look at what caused it. Ask yourself, what did this? Why did this? Take a good look at it and be healed. Christ consciousness brings you all-encompassing peace. It is all loving, it is all forgiving, and it's your choice to surrender what is. Let go of judgment, understanding life is coming through you, for you, and everything is an opportunity for expansion. All right then. Thank you, problems. Thank you, triggers. Thank you for purging the low frequency stuff in my mind, the judgments in my mind, the resentments, the insecurities, the unlovingness, whatever it is that's triggering you, pay attention. Don't be ashamed of it. Pay attention to it and look at it, because as you look at it, we shine the light on it. And obviously, darkness cannot exist where there is light. But if you hide it, you give it strength and you give it a little home to stay there for as long as it wants. And we don't want to give fear a home in our minds anymore. We want it out. We want it out. So how do you get fear out? Well, you bring love in. And Christ consciousness brings the love for sure. It is all loving. It's all forgiving because it surrenders to what is, no matter what. Like, if this bullshit's happening in my life, it is coming through me, for me to see that I am harboring low frequency in my mind. And I want to know about it. And I want it out. Better out than in. So let's get it out and let's bring peace in. Let's bring love in. In the mornings, side note, I always pull an oracle card for myself. And I pulled a fish card today from a water temple type of oracle deck. And its message was, everything that's happening, appreciate it. Appreciate the smalls. Appreciate all the things that your life is. And Jesus is just taking it one step further and saying, yeah, and appreciate even your difficulties, because they are opportunities for expansion. Like, think of the most unloving thing in your life right now and start to see it as an opportunity for expansion by recognizing that you must have lower frequency in your mind. And now this is a chance, an opportunity to overcome that in a way by opening yourself more to bringing more love and peace in your life. So be grateful that you've been triggered. It's an opportunity to heal and become whole again. And Christ consciousness brings the wholeness. Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook Lesson 305, Insights. There is a peace that Christ bestows on us. This lesson is designed to motivate us to do our forgiveness work. Christ's vision is seen through forgiving eyes. So through forgiveness, we will find a peace so deep and quiet, undisturbable, and wholly changeless that the world contains no counterpart. Doesn't that call to your heart? This is God's promise to us, because it is His gift, already ours. The gift is only obscured by our judgment. Forgiveness clears away the fog, opening our minds to Christ's vision so that we can welcome what God has given us without limit. Every time I judge what seems to be an outside circumstance, a person's behavior, an event, every time I see death and destruction and believe it is real, I am judging against God and denying His gift. This is why forgiveness is required. Like it says in an earlier lesson, to every apprehension, every care, and every form of suffering, I will forgive, and this will disappear. Holy Spirit, hold my hand today. I need your strength. I need your love. And I need your vision so that I may recognize the face of Christ in all I look upon. I offer you my judgments, Holy Spirit, and I ask for your interpretation to replace my own. Thus will I learn to forgive, for you will show me that nothing has occurred to disturb the peace of God's Son. In gratitude, I accept your strength and your vision, and I would offer it to all I look upon or think about today. Thus will I know the peace that Christ bestows on me. The sentence that stands out to me in today's lesson is, help us today but to accept your gift and judge it not. God's gift is peace, and peace has come to save us from our judgment on ourselves. If I am not experiencing peace at any time during the day, it is not because of outer circumstances. It is because I have chosen not to accept God's peace. When I accept God's peace, I feel God's peace. I join with peace and become one with it. It fills my mind and changes my perceptions. The ego's thought system falls away. There is a quietness and a sense of well-being that cannot be disturbed. There is a sense of safety and quiet joy that pervades everything I see and everything I do. There is an all-encompassing sense of well-being and knowing that everything is all right. There is a remembering that what I see through the body's eyes is just a dream. I always get what I desire in my heart of hearts. If I want to see separation, that is what I will see. If I want to see conflict, individuality, as specialness and lack, that is what I will see. If I want to make decisions on my own, I will join with the ego thought system, and the ego will show me a world where I make decisions on my own. But if I change my mind and choose instead to follow the guidance of the Holy Spirit, I will be brought to a new kind of seeing. I will be brought to a new experience. When I follow Holy Spirit's lead, I will accept and feel God's peace. I will become aware of the oneness of God's love that lies behind the forms of bodies. I will be guided to see the love behind the fear. I will be guided to let peace lead the way. I will be guided every step along the way in what to say to my brother and how to see that his true identity is love and nothing else. With my willingness to open to Holy Spirit's perspective, my mind will be returned to where it belongs. I will receive God's gift of peace, love, and joy. I will forgive or let go of all the empty thoughts of the ego. I will do my part in the atonement, following Holy Spirit's lead. The peace of Christ will lead me home as I am willing to accept God's gifts. What a timely lesson for me. Today I woke up and immediately gave up my peace, just trying to figure out how I would get everything done, and hoping I didn't leave anything out was enough to start the anxiety pumping unwelcome adrenaline through my body. Another thing I have noticed is that thoughts of a like kind follow one another. If I start thinking about something I am afraid of, it is like their friends come to join the party. Pretty soon I am feeling overwhelmed. So today I am going to cancel, and start my day over. I am going to put out that important stuff on hold while I get my thoughts going in the direction I want my day to take. Thank you for the helpful suggestions you made to get me off on the right foot. Forgiveness is a great idea. I still tend to think of forgiveness as a person to person, but I can forgive a thought as easily, especially when I remember that forgiveness recognizes the illusion. I have started a journal of sorts to record my spiritual progress on a daily basis, and I will start today's entry by talking to myself about what I want to forgive, and then watch it disappear. pathwaysoflight.org. So forgive it and watch it disappear. You gotta love that in your bag of tricks to get through the day, to get through the illusion. There is a peace that Christ bestows on us. And when we're in that peace, it is easy to forgive. It's easy to love. It's easy to not judge. It's easy to surrender what is. It's easy to let life come through you, for you. It's easy to see through Christ's vision. It's easy to be enveloped by peace and let it bring home love and bring home truth. So that is your lesson today for 305. So be aware of the things that you need to forgive. Be aware of the thoughts that are in your mind that you need to forgive. So you forgive the thoughts. You say, better out than in. I forgive you. I'm going to let Holy Spirit dissolve you and instead bring peace. And understanding the thoughts that do trigger you is a beautiful opportunity to understand your belief systems more and, why you do think the things that you do. So anyways, it's a lot of good work. We'll just say that. And we will say that we will try to be grateful today, no matter what, and get ourselves pointed in the direction that we want to, following the guidance of the Holy Spirit, and being very much aware when we are following the judgmental guidance of the ego thought system. So save us from our judgment on ourselves, right? That is what lesson 305 says. There is a peace that Christ bestows on us, and let us feel it this day.